Welcome back, gamers. My name is Keith Hershey, and in this video I'm going to go over the client options available to you as a player. And those are available through this button right here. So we're going to click that. We'll go ahead and minimize some of these ones down here because I'm running basically a GM client. Alright, so the first one we're going to see is mouse double click action. And let me open up a character sheet to a power so I can go over this in a little detail. We'll go ahead and use the infamous fireball. So currently I have it selected as roll when you double click. How this works is under spells and abilities you will see fields with a little dice icon at the very corner. That means if you double click those fields like this, it'll automatically roll over in the chat window. Another way you can roll is by dragging and dropping. Well, anyhow, this option allows you to do just that. Double click and it rolls, so you don't have to drag and drop. Now if we select mod, what that is going to do instead, if you look at your modifier box right here, or the stack, if you double click this, it's going to put the modifier over in the window. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, why is it doing that? Well, it puts the modifier over there, so when you roll your d20 manually into the chat box by dragging and dropping, it's going to put that modifier on there. So it kind of breaks down the automation a little bit. The other option you have is to just completely turn that off. You'll notice that when you double click, nothing happens on the modifier and nothing is rolled when you have that on there. So in that case, when you have it off, you have to do all the work by yourself. So roll to 20, and then I'd have to go in here and go, okay, that's intelligence versus reflex. My intelligence, I get a +4. So basically you have to do the adding manually to yourself. Alright, I like the automation, so I'm going to leave it there. Another option I'm going to go over is the mouse wheel editing. Right now I have that set to control. A good way, a good example is the healing surge value. On this first page, it is auto-calculated out to be 1/4 of your hit points. There are certain races that allow you to increase your healing surge. Actually, I think there's even a class that does it. Anyhow, how this is going to work is you notice you can't modify that just by clicking it or scrolling your mouse wheel up and down. Well, with that control being turned on, you can modify it, but you have to hold the control button down, put the mouse cursor over the field you want to modify, like this, and then move the mouse wheel up to increase it, see that, or down to decrease it, like so. Okay, if I put that on always, if we go back to that same example, I'm not holding the control button down, and I move the mouse wheel, and it will reset the value accordingly. I'm going to leave that on control, as a lot of people like to use their mouse wheels to scroll different windows and whatnot, and that could cause a lot of chaos if I leave it on always. Okay, another one I'm going to leave, or I'm going to go over, is this target remove on miss. So let's say this fireball, for instance. We're in a combat. It's a 5x5 square that I'm going to launch it at. Let's say there's 3 cobulbs on there, and I roll to hit versus all 3 of those, and it only hits versus, say, one of the cobulbs. It completely missed the other 2 cobulbs. I rolled horrible. With this turned on, it's going to remove any targets I have on a creature that I attacked. So if I roll to hit and I miss, it's going to detarget. Multi is for multiple targets. or I can completely turn off that feature to where when I roll to hit, I miss, it's still going to remain targeted. And then another option in here is the target self button. Let's say for some reason I need to target myself on that fireball attack. We'll go back over to the fireball, and we'll go ahead and roll it to hit normal so you can see the difference. Okay, this is without me doing anything with the target self. Alright, and you'll notice that I currently have it set to Alt. So now, if I want to attack myself with a fireball, I don't know why this guy would do it, maybe because his name's Dork, I'll hold the control button down and I will double click, and it will make the attack versus myself, like so. I could also turn that off to where I can't target myself, and instead it targets a regular mob. I'll leave that on there. Anyhow, that is the options available for the player client. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Leave some comments or suggestions down below. And as always, if you know of an area of Fantasy Grounds that you'd like to see a video or a tutorial for, please let me know and I will make a tutorial for it. Anyhow, happy gaming, and we'll see you next time.